Hello friends, if you are someone who is suffering from Bell's palsy or synkinesis, then in this video I'm going to share with you 9 important life hacks that will help you to communicate far more effectively than what you are doing right now. So if you are interested to learning about this, make sure to watch this video till the end. Let's begin. Friends, let's get this right. When you suffer from Bell's palsy or synkinesis, your communication is the one that gets disrupted the most. Your face is the mirror of your thoughts, your personality, and even your emotions. When you lose that, you feel helpless, and whenever you are in social scenarios, your fear, anxiety, stress, everything just amplifies, making things far more worse. That's the time you have to take mindful steps so that you can stay away from that episodes of panic, anxiety, etc. So here are those 9 life hacks that I would like to share with you that will improve your communication capability in social scenarios. Let's get started. Number 1, and the most important one, is start your conversation with one-line disclosure. Please inform the people who you are talking to about your facial condition just in one line, saying that, hey look, I'm suffering from a neurological disorder called facial paralysis or Bell's palsy, due to which my facial expressions might not look symmetrical. But I'm recovering, so please be okay with that. This way, you will be removing the awkwardness that people might feel while speaking to you. A calm, matter-of-fact explanation in a short sentence draws line of no questions further asked and gives you the room to communicate in a comfortable manner. And when you will deliver this casually, it will prevent misinterpretation and will reduce the cognitive load that people often experience when they are communicating with someone. Most of the time, people usually relax when the uncertainty disappears. That's why this particular step is extremely important. Now let's see what's the second hack. Upgrade your vocal expression. What do I mean by that? Whenever your facial movement is reduced or asymmetric, your voice should become the primary communication tool. So slightly modulate your voice warmth. Make sure that you do a clear communication labeling. For example, if you have to show an expression of excitement, rather than making the face of excited expression, you can say that's exciting. And prefer stronger articulation but shorter articulation. What do I mean by that? Whenever you speak longer sentences, that's where the facial muscles have to work very hard. But when you choose short sentences, one word explanations or speaking, that time the work on your facial muscle also reduces. Remember, humans read tone of voice more accurately than the facial expressions. The melody of your speech carries enormous weight. So focus on your melody and not the expressions. Number 3 is to use micro nods. What are these? Micro nods are nothing but some head orientation movements that you do to deflect the attention from your expression to the face and the overall body language. Even when your facial symmetry is small, doing multiple head nods will take away your attention from the facial movements from the person who is looking at you and speaking to you. Make sure that you lean slightly forward and orient your torso, your body towards them, which will give them feedback that you are listening to them and you are engaged in the communication. Make sure to maintain your eye contact, because eye contact plus micro nods along with a forward orientation of the body is a great way for an involved communication. So now let's move on to the 4th hack, and that is replace your expression with explicit language. So instead of communicating through expression and believing that the expression will show the warmth that you have, remember this: whenever you say something to someone, even that can explain the warmth that you consist of them with you, and you can very easily communicate that with them. For example, rather than showing your happiness, making an excited and happy expression, you can say, I'm so happy to see you. When somebody laughs or cracks a joke, you can say, that was quite funny. And when you want to show that you are loving the conversation, you can say, I'm enjoying this conversation. Make sure to maintain a slow and calm pace while you're communicating with people. Don't go into the extremes of excitement or lowness, which will alter your facial expressions, at the same time your body language. I know this could be difficult for you to practice initially, but as you get better at it, you will realize that you would be able to implement these strategies in your work. Now let's move to the hack number 5, and that is strategic positioning. This is a big one, but the most underrated one. The way you stand, the place you choose for to have conversation can make a huge difference in how you get perceived and how you can effectively communicate. Let me explain this in few ways. Number 1, your lighting and angle matter. If you are standing below a very focused light, then this will definitely disrupt your facial symmetry. Avoid harsh overhead lightings and choose angle lights, or stand in a way where the lights which are more strong falls on the good side of the face, and keep your affected side away from the light, because overlighting will exaggerate your asymmetry. At the same time, can make some harsh expressions on the face because that light irritates the eyes. Choose to sit next to someone rather than face to face while having dinner. This way you avoid that extreme contacts, and it will be easy for you to eat your dinner comfortably. I again understand that this requires a lot of tweaks and adjustments, but I'm pretty sure this you can manage and customize according to your situations. Now let's move on to hack number 6. Slow down your emotional movements. The biggest mistake that I see people making when it comes to Bell's palsy and synkinesis is they get far more emotional than they were before. I understand that this condition is extremely difficult and there are movements of emotional breakdown, but don't showcase your emotional breakdowns in group settings. In fact, you can do practices like breathing exercises, mindfulness, journaling before you even step in the social scenarios, so that you can maintain that calmness within you. Remember this, synkinesis will increased intensity of facial movements, which means the wider you're going to smile, the more synkinesis is going to show up. So, the more you try to show your emotions through expressions, the more synkinesis is going to be visible. So, alter your expressions through your speech, your hand gestures, your body language, and deflect and showcase your communications in a slow, steady, and calm manner. Remember this principle of communication forever with you. That's emotion should be within you. Emotionalize internally, not externally, especially in the situations where there are a big group of people. If you still feel emotional, give a pause. Take some deep breath and try to speak more clearly, more slowly, and using small words and sentences. This will bring you back from that emotional overload or else confusion state that usually your face experiences in the state of social scenarios. Reduced speed will reduce the facial co-contraction, will improve the neuromuscular control of your face, and will also reduce the unwanted co-activation of the synkinetic muscle. That way you would be able to manage your communication issues very smoothly. Let's move on to hack number 7. Reframe your perception even before entering the room. Now, this is also a big one. The people who suffer from Bell's palsy and synkinesis think that everybody is going to observe their face, everybody is going to look at their face and are going to judge them. In fact, the reality is way more different than that. Every individual in this world is very busy. Nobody has no time for others. Everybody is inside their own thoughts. So, the attention that they pay to you and what they think about you and what they say about you might not be that vague and that gross that you are thinking about yourself, which puts you in the state of stress and anxiety. That's why social anxiety usually comes when you are overestimating how much other people are going to notice you and what they are going to think about you. This spotlight effect is real, but mostly imaginary. So, re-script your internal dialogue with yourself. Tell this to yourself that yes, my face moves differently, but it's neutral, it's calm and is in my control. My message that I want to convey in my communication is far more important than my expressions. I'm going to convey it anyways using my other modalities of communication. This will give you confidence and will improve your symmetry too. Now let's move on to hack number 8. And that is to avoid exposure to temperatures. Now definitely when you go to social scenarios, there are a lot of things that are beyond your control. But also remember, try to avoid sitting in a place where the affected side is exposed to loud sounds, because that is going to irritate your ear area, which might irritate or desensitize your vestibular system. Now, the vestibular system is far more closely placed to your facial nerve and can trigger some non-convenient emotions and expressions on the face. Sitting in a calm place will keep you calm, will keep your nervous system in a relaxed state, and will allow you to communicate easily. Very similarly, places where there are extreme AC exposure or temperature exposures, where there is very cold wind coming on the face, on the affected side, can also further make your facial muscles tight and stiff, making communication more difficult. Always choose a warm place over a cold place to communicate in social gatherings. So let's say you go to a place which was somewhere outdoors. Avoid sitting in a place where there is extreme lights, extreme wind, or extreme sound coming, like loudspeakers. Instead, try to choose a corner where there is less crowd. It's a little warm and cozy. That way you will be more calm and relaxed. Now that takes me to the last point, and that is the hack of smiling. Now this is the big one. Majority of time people feel that all of a sudden, if I feel like laughing, what should I do? Now here is one hack that you can do. So laughter can be done in two ways. Number one, you lift your cheeks and you smile. The other one is you open your jaw wide and then slightly lift your cheek. So this way what you can do is, since your jaw is fine, nothing has happened to it, whenever you feel like laughing, try to open up your jaw and then give a very small smile instead of doing this, because this way you're forcing your cheek muscles to contract very high. This is a practical tip that you can implement in your day-to-day life whenever there is an instant laughter that you have to go through. I again know that this is difficult, but I'm pretty sure when you will practice this, you will be able to implement all of these hacks in your life. So friends, these were the 9 hacks that I wanted to share with you regarding your communication when you are suffering from Bell's palsy and synkinesis. I hope you found this video helpful. If yes, make sure to like this video, share this video with your friends and family members, and do not forget to subscribe to HealthQ channel. I'll see you in another video. Thank you.